y'all. Welcome back to Discus Talk. Here we are, me and Kim. Y'all, it's been a wild day today. I'm gonna tell you, it has been a wild day, and we've gotten a little bit fed up on Facebook. We are both moderators for a group called Simply Discus Forum, and it is an amazing forum where we allow people to express themselves and their opinions. And um, some stuff went down. What was it, Kim? About 6 months ago, maybe 4 months ago.
Yeah, probably about 6 months ago.
Anyways, we're not going to name any names, but there was somebody that I was talking to, and he wanted to start a YouTube channel, and I already had mine going. And I supported his efforts because it was an amazing idea that he had. So I was all for supporting him and, getting the word out about his YouTube channel and working with him on it and everything. And I'm not exactly sure what happened, but all of a sudden he was the admin for a group. And the group had probably about 7,000 or 8,000 members less than what we had, maybe even 10,000 less than what we had. And he decided that opinions were not welcome in his group. So if you saw a fish and it looked like maybe something was wrong with it, and you wanted to help them and tell them, how to, help their fish, what to do for them, he would essentially delete your comments, and he would warn you that if you kept on, I know one time I got muted, as he would not let me speak. And I had another friend in there, and he was using PP treatment, and the PP treatment looked like it was a little bit darker than it should be. And I said something to him, along the lines of, hey, keep an eye out on him because it looks like it might be too much PP in there. And I was actually concerned for the fish, and he deleted my comment, and then muting? He muted me for 7 days so I couldn't comment in the group. Well, I sent my friend a message to continue the conversation about the PP treatment and to make sure it wasn't too much PP in the tank. I just had concern for his fish. It wasn't that I was criticizing or anything. Everybody knows I don't care for PP treatment, but I don't have any issues with people using it. That's not the issue, but I was concerned that maybe it was a little too much PP in the tank. So I was muted for, I think, 7 days. Well, all of a sudden in my local group, somebody had a problem with their fish, and somebody tagged this person who does not live in my state, does not live anywhere close to my state. And their tag actually showed up as a link, which means that they were a member in my group. And I thought that was weird. And he hasn't been in Discus very long, and I said something along the lines of, he hasn't been in Discus very long. He might not be the best person to give advice. And he turned around and blocked me from his group, which I didn't care because at that point I was worried because I had a stalker. This is a local group to me. It's not, this nationwide group that he should even be in. So I was worried that I might have a stalker, and he had banned me from his group. He banned a couple of other people because of me. Because they were my friends or whatever. And I didn't understand Discus politics. Okay? Something that I don't play in. I am here only to help your fish. I have no care for, who said what, who does what, or any of that. Okay? So 2 hours after he banned me from his group, our Facebook group was shut down by Facebook. And come to find out, and I don't even know if he wanted me mentioning it, but come to find out, somebody in the group had been reporting that we were supporting gun trafficking, that we were supporting child pornography, that we were supporting this and that. There was none of that in the group. Okay? But then, we also had somebody arguing about whether or not beef heart is healthy for fish. There was no name calling or anything. It was a healthy debate. Well, Facebook shut our group down. 17,000 members. They just shut it down. Okay? We got it back up that time. A few days later, there were more complaints made, and the Facebook shut the group down permanently. So we lost all of those members on that group. Okay. Well, there was one supplier, and I'm not saying any names, who had an argument with another well-known breeder in the U.S., somebody who breeds excellent quality fish. I've recommended them to others. And it was over what strain a particular discus was. Okay. Well, because this was a debate over that, he was banned from the other group. And the guy was, I guess they had arguments in Messenger or whatever. So it continued. Their stuff continued. Okay, so this, all of a sudden we had somebody, and he was supposed to join, I guess he decided not to, who came into our group today, and he posted a review about his purchase from X person, who I'm not naming. And he said he sent them the wrong strains. They were not supposed to be the strains that he got, and that his fish were disfigured, or what was the word he used, Kim? They were
deformed.
Okay. Now, I have helped this guy with looking into his fish, helping him make sure that his fish remain healthy and that sort of thing. He sent me a microscope video at one point, and I told him for that video that I saw sea shrimp, and I have since talked to somebody else about this too, because actually I think someone is trying to discredit me at this point. But he had sea shrimp in it. When he had the sea shrimp in it, I knew he took the sample from the bottom of the tank. So I told him, I said, there's sea shrimp. I said, but you can't take samples from the bottom of the tank. I said, you have to get them directly from the fish. I said, because they're going to be, contaminated with other forms of life that are normal in an aquarium. And I guess most people don't realize that there are probably thousands of different life forms living in the bottom of your aquarium, if not more than thousands. And you can see them under a microscope. And that was the extent of the conversation between he and I. Well, somebody messaged somebody today and said that I had diagnosed a fish with being infested with detritus and dead bloodworm. Okay, speak of the devil. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Tammy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Have you heard the part where I was just talking about?
No, I just came in.
Okay. I was telling them that somebody had messaged somebody else and told them that I had diagnosed your fish with detritus and dead bloodworm. So I was just telling them, I said, I told them that there's sea shrimp and that you can't take, samples from the bottom of the tank. We're not mentioning names. Okay, we are not mentioning any names.
Okay.
But we're going to say what we want to say, what we feel like saying about the people involved. Okay? But we're just not going to say who they are.
So my story is real quick. It just that we ended up buying, there was a new strain of discus, saw them advertised on one of the groups, bought 5 of them. 3 of them ended up being a completely different, strain. Not what I had made very clear to the person what I wanted. Was ultimately trying to get a group so I could get 1 pair. I've got I have four pairs right now. They're doing great. Starting to breed in Minnesota, and this person knew that, so knew I wanted good quality. We did a video chat, saw the fish, picked out a few, and I get told the next morning, or not the next morning, when they were actually shipped, the light, went on in the morning. They were camouflaged, and I couldn't tell the difference between this type and this type. Okay, so I'm stuck paying for them, and then he said, no, I want to take care of you, customers, first. I want to make sure you're happy. Cool. I come back and we're like, yeah, we will actually take the other. I think he said he had 2 or 3. Oh, okay. He showed me 3. One of them was really badly deformed, which I showed the picture of. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll take the other 2. And he's like, all right, I'll send you an invoice. I'm like, you said you were going to take care of me with shipping and sending me some more fish. Oh, no, I meant I would just take care of shipping. Okay. So that was like 4 months ago. And finally I've gotten rid of those fish for tank space. It's been a little bit of a problem for me, but they're gone. Lost some money, no big deal at this point. It is what it is. I learned my lesson, and then I finally go to put up a review of that person.
Don't say where you put it. Don't say where you put the review.
No, but reviews are not allowed on that page, and that's all I'll say. So, and
Negative reviews are not allowed on that page. As long as you're for them, they're not going to say nothing. But as soon as you say something they don't like, you're out the door.
If you have an opinion that it's not the same as theirs, you're out the door.
Right.
Yeah, they blocked my ability to respond to comment on the page, so I left the page today and then got a message. Oh, I see you found other groups that better suit you, and I just made the comment of, yeah, these groups seem to be okay with the truth and free speech. So I don't consider myself a rude person. I am very grateful for Tammy and Carrie and other people who have helped out with, giving some advice. I'm new again to this hobby. I did this years ago, and I've just learned so much from you guys, and I'm grateful for that. But yeah, it was a weird day for me today to be involved in some drama.
Well, we're glad to be able to support you in the hobby and welcome you back to the hobby. I mean, I like to see people succeed. I like to see the fish doing well, and your fish are doing well. And you've asked me some questions about different things, and we've had conversations about it. So, I mean, and you're doing a great job. So
thank you.
I'm sorry you had a bad experience. That sucks. That really sucks.
I mean, we've all had bad experiences.
We all have. Unfortunately, it seems like everybody gets burned out in the beginning. And then what ends up happening is either you stay in and find you a respectable source to buy your fish, or you give up. And that's not fair neither. It's really not fair.
Yep. And I understand, too, with new businesses and different people selling, you're going to make mistakes. There's going to be hiccups. Totally get it. But to not be able to leave any review, and the other part of the reason why I didn't leave the review for 4 months, and I should have said this, was the person said they were getting more in at a later date. Right. I followed up with that person, messaged them and said, have you got any more of them? No response. And I'm talking it's been weeks, maybe even a month now. And then finally I've got rid of the fish, and I said, you know what, I'll leave the comment that I did. So yeah.
Honestly, you did the right thing, because other people may buy, and like in my comment, if not all reviews are going to be good. Now, if I feel like somebody's going to review my fish, I'm going to send you the best fish I got. So it's kind of a flawed system. So if you can't leave a bad review, how does that work? It's not honest reviews then,
Yep. So part of Simply Discus, I love being on that, and I'll just continue on there. And it's a great group, and some of the other group, I won't even mention the good group. I'll just say that Simply's been great, and you guys have been great too. So I'll just learn my lesson, and that's the best I can do at this point.
I mean, we are there to help, and we will help. But people like the guy who left Simply Forums today came in to, I guess, defend Robert Morales against the accusations, and you had already shown, your
Did we lose Tammy?
And did you lose me? I'm still here, right?
I still see you.
You hear me?
Yep.
Okay. This my camera keeps turning off. But he had already told his side of the story, and we were waiting to see if Robert wanted to come in and defend himself. Instead, some other guy pops up with, this can't be true, and my fish were nice, and we didn't get anything but nice fish. And then he starts showing pictures of his fish. And I'm sorry, if you put yourself in that position, I'm going to give you my opinion of your fish. Okay? The first one was a little stunted. Wasn't too bad, but it was obviously stunted. The second one was a cull. straight out, flat a call. Okay?
Football.
It was terrible. Y'all can hear me, right? Because they're saying they can't hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay. But and I said it. I said, oh my God, that's a call. Because, I mean, it was. I hate to say it. But I've been tiptoeing around because of the group getting shut down and things that went down. I've been tiptoeing around because I don't want, something that I say to get the group shut down. But I'm tired of that. I have an opinion, and I shouldn't have to, keep my opinion back because there's an asshole out there. Oh, I said that, didn't I? Who is obviously stalking me and trying to get me banned from Facebook or get groups shut down or whatever. Okay, I don't care about him. I don't care about his little cronies. What I care about is helping people to succeed in this hobby, to succeed with their discus. I'm not here to be in discus politics. I don't give two shits what anybody thinks about me. And I said it again. Listen. But, Tom, try refreshing your screen. Oh, he's got his microphone off. Okay. He chose to mute himself. So he muted himself. But, I'm tired of tiptoeing, and I'm not going to do it anymore. Kim's not going to do it anymore. We're done with that. If you come into a group and you make a post and your fish aren't the best quality, I'm fine with that. All I care about is that your fish are healthy and that they're well taken care of and you're not having issues. I want you to succeed in discus. That's what I'm here for. It don't have nothing to do with how your fish look. I don't care if the guy's fish look like a football as long as they were healthy, and they did look healthy. But, to throw yourself out there, he was asking for that. And I was being a little bit irritable because I knew that this had something to do with that other group. So, as long as that group stays to themselves and stop affecting me, I will leave them alone. I've been leaving them alone.
Right.
But, when they start causing issues in Simply Discus forums and doing stuff like that, I have an issue with that. And that's what I have an issue with today. If you've got your group, I can be a member of that group and never say anything. I'm a member of probably close to 50 groups. I don't know to comment in them. I don't tell people.
Comment.
Yeah, I don't tell people that, your treatment's not going to work or, if they talk about Melafix, I might mention it or post, a picture of the research done on it or something like that. But I'm not going to sit there and tell you that your fish are culls. I'm not going to sit there and tell you that, they look like shit or they're stunted. What I want to be able to tell you is that, okay, I'm not going to mention that it's stunted, but it looks healthy. Or, if it's sick, if it looks sick, if it's dark, if it's hiding. I may try to tell you, hey, there's something going on. Can we check into it?
Right.
But it doesn't mean that I'm bashing you or bashing your fish or anything. It just means I'm trying to help. And if you can't handle that, that's your problem, not mine. So Kim's seen it too. We try to help somebody, offering advice, and we get attacked by the people that are doing it.
Right. Don't ask for advice if you don't want it.
Right.
Yeah. Look it up myself. And that's why I look it up myself. I don't ask. Number one, you're going to get 50 different answers, and most of them ain't no good in the first place. Look it up yourself. If you can't look it up, ask somebody that's going to give you, but don't post it on there,
Right.
Somebody.
And Tom is having technical difficulties, I believe. Poor Tom.
I'm here. I just didn't want to interrupt, and I lost you for a bit there, Tammy.
But yeah, I mean that's only part of it, though. I want to go a little bit further today, and I know Kim wants to chime in on this one too. there's a supplier in the U.S. He is so well respected, and I absolutely love him. Okay, he's a very, very good friend to me and Kim and Carrie and everybody else. He's just a super great guy, right? So the people that send him fish are trying to undercut him. He's been for a long time their only supplier, and they are trying to get other suppliers now for their fish. Well, their fish aren't selling as much as this person thinks it should be or that it would be. And so what they're doing is they're trying to find other people to ship to. Well, when they do that, they're undercutting their only supplier, the one that's always supplied them.
The one that's the name for their fish.
We don't have the market for the number of fish that they're wanting to bring in. All they're going to do is sit there and nobody's going to buy them. The one that's been selling them has built a reputation around good quality service and good quality fish. And now they're wanting to completely cut him out of the equation. And I have a serious issue with that. Because if they do that, they are going to get the absolute worst name in the U.S. that any supplier has ever had. And that includes the one down in South Florida that has earned himself a bad name.
Right.
And they have no idea what they're doing. Because they are hurting the one person that has kept them over the years. That has brought them.
He's the one that built their company. He's the one that made their fish.
Exactly.
It's him. It wasn't them doing it. It revolves around him all the way. He has made their fish what they are and the company what it is. Without him, they wouldn't even probably be here. So now they want to cut throats. You know, that's pretty messed up.
Yeah, no, I find it unbelievable. We don't have the market to support that. All that's doing is putting their supplier out of business.
Right.
And taking away his business because he has supplied everybody who has put in an order has been able to get fish. It's not that he has to tell people to wait. He has the fish and he ships them out. There's no extra orders that didn't get filled. There may be extra fish left over at the end of it.
Right.
But there's no orders that are not getting filled. I have the fish myself. I have their fish. I have other fish. I mean,
I have one of them.
I may have some peawows before long, depending on the price. I haven't had those yet. Jacob, I'm not mentioning who it is. It may or may not be Discus Hans. It may be, it may not be. But yeah, he is definitely an addiction enabler. I have 26 of his in my main tank.
I think the biggest problem I have is with that company putting their private business on Facebook.
Yeah, there is that. That's very unprofessional.
Very unprofessional.
The other things, the person that is doing this, I haven't liked for probably 4 or 5 years now, for various reasons, and I'm not even going to go into all the reasons, but she has been a detriment to the business that they have in the other country that they live in, and I don't know why she's even in charge of it because she is literally destroying it. So, and I said she, it could be a he, it could be a she. I just said she because we're female. It's literally, I think that's the reason that some things have happened recently, and I think that's the reason that, I think that's the reason that's going on, is I think that the business is not making the money that it used to be making. And I think it's because of one person in the business.
But you got to take into account a lot of people were out of work. You know, there's a lot of things going on right now that maybe people can't afford it. But that's not a reason to boot somebody out of their, what they built for you.
No. There's absolutely no reason. And I'm mad as spitfire right now. And I hope that the person involved is not here because I'm not gonna say there'll never be a bad word past my mouth for the person involved because he is a wonderful, wonderful person. But what they're doing, that's wrong. That's wrong on so many levels.
Right.
So many levels.
And I can say I own one of his fish. One. That's it. All my other ones are Asians.
I own 28, but 2 of the ones I got as rescues, they came out of a fish store. And the person that had them, I don't know if something happened or whatever. She's a real good fish keeper, but the 2 ended up stunted. They've grown for us, so they're doing well. But all of his fish are wonderful, and his customer service is wonderful. So, and yes, I've seen it said that other people's customer service is wonderful too, and it is.
Right.
Other people are as well. He's not the only one. But yeah.
It controls the whole European market.
Oh. Y'all, that's my husband. That is the man who does all of the work in my big fish room. I'm going to tell you, he helps raise the babies up and makes them monsters. And he said that they control the discus in the European market. That is exactly what he just walked in here to tell me. And that's, to an extent, that's true. I mean, you do have other ones that are coming in. Asians are coming in. But this particular supplier is, they control the European market. Most of the fish sold in Europe are from this particular supplier. Excuse me. Now, that's enough about that because I really don't want to go any further with that because I'm liable to say something. But let's go backwards and talk about that other thing. So, y'all met Tom. Tom just came in and talked with us. Well, after, and I may have mentioned it, but after all of that was over, he sent that message to somebody else saying that I had tried to diagnose his fish. Okay?
Right.
And all that. The only thing that I can make of that is that they're trying to discredit me. And what do I say to that? What do I say to somebody who is actually trying to discredit me? Bring it on. Bring it on. Because I got more ammunition in my head than you will ever have. No, I don't have a house that costs more than your car. Okay? I don't have, a whole lot of money to throw around. I don't have a business of my own. I haven't written a book, although that may be in the works. But I have knowledge. I have knowledge of these fish. I have knowledge of their illnesses. I have things that you will never have. And you will never catch up with me in that. So bring it on. Kim, you got anything to say on that? By the way, Kim is also banned from that certain Facebook page. And Kim was banned for informing the admin that his group, he was not running things in his group the way that his group is actually described. That's the best way I can put it, Kim, without giving it away, okay?
I'll take that. Yeah. That's why I got the swift boot in the butt right out the door because I disagreed with the way what they were doing.
Well, the reason I went backwards on this is because I want to warn people. They may know which group I'm talking about, and I hope that you do know which group I'm talking about because if you're a member of that group and you go into another group, let's say you went into Discus World or Wild Discus or one of the other groups, and you said something that admin does not like, he will kick you from his group. I have seen it. I had somebody message me and tell me that they got kicked out of that group because of something he said in a totally different group. So on top of having a nice group that you're going to be in, that everybody's friendly, nobody says a negative word, You're going to be monitored on everything you post on Facebook by the admin of that group. So isn't that lovely?
Don't ask for advice because he can't answer it.
No, somebody who's been in discus for 2 years hasn't done the research enough to know, based on somebody else's water quality, what the best treatments are, what the symptoms could be causing the symptoms. Because a lot of that is based on where you're at, what your water quality is, what your water parameters are. You know,
how clean you keep your tanks. Are they bare bottom? Are they gravel? There's lots of things you can throw into play there.
Yeah, I mean, even pH can have an adverse effect on medication. So you may not be able to use X medication in that tank because your pH is, too high or too low or, whatever. Two, you may have a symptom of, let's say, hexamida, because I love using hexamida as an example, because the only time I've ever found hexamida in my tanks is when they were dead. So my pH is high. If somebody has a pH of say 8.5, which is what mine is, and their fish has white poop, I'm not going to think it's hexamida because their pH is too high. I'm going to think, well, maybe it's worms. Maybe it's,
bacteria.
Just stomach. Maybe they're bloated. Maybe constipated. Maybe nothing. Maybe something. But I'll know in that pH that it's probably not hexamida. So that rules out something. So there's a lot of things that you have to know that certain people, that particular person doesn't know. A lot of people don't know that about the pH. I wouldn't have known it had I not done research on it for so long. I found the studies that showed that hexamida died at above 8 pH within 24 hours. So, I mean, most people don't know that.
Right. I didn't know that. Thank you. And again, I don't claim to know you. You're the medicine woman. I'm just the breeder. That's it. Yeah. But I'm not going to go on there and ask just random people to help me when I'm having a problem. There is a lot of people out there that can help you, but you kind of got to feel it out too. And that's not where you want to do it, because number one, you're not allowed to say anything negative in the group. Well, if you say, well, I'm not good, or, well, you're booted, go to where people know what they're talking about. That would not be the place I would go to get advice.
Just try not to go to me if you can help it. I'm kidding, y'all. I'm kidding.
I'm sending them your way.
Oh, no. This was a day for it. I've been for the past 4 months, I have been biting my tongue. I have been just quiet as a mouse. And I haven't wanted to do the YouTube videos because of that. Because I know that they're watching right now. Hi, y'all. Nice to see you. Don't really care. Never did really care, other than the fact that I didn't want any more groups getting shut down in case it was, something that I said that got it shut down. Okay? I'm just going to mind my own business. This is the only time that you're going to hear me talk about this, because I had already let it go, but I was still tiptoeing around to keep from, getting in trouble, getting anybody else in trouble. But I can't even remember that man's name. Okay? That's how much I care about whatever they're doing. Okay? I don't even, somebody messaged me one day and said, did you know so-and-so did this? And I'm not saying who it is. And I'm like, and? What does that have to do with me? I don't care. I don't care what they do. They can have their group, do their thing. And just so you know, I'm not moderator in one group. I'm moderator in 4 discus groups. And we don't compete with each other.
No.
Okay? This isn't a competition. There's no competition in these discus groups. It's all about education. That's all it is. And other people are bringing competition into it. We're not trying to have a competition. Leave our groups alone. I do know that one of the groups that I'm in, that I'm a moderator in, I didn't know it at the time, that apparently this person posted some things that my admin in that group did not like, and he was actually banned, and I didn't even know it for the longest time. And then I was looking through the block list, and I found his name on the block list, and I just started laughing. I didn't even know he was blocked, and my admin in that group did not know what was going on or anything. So I do not know why he was blocked. All I can assume is that he was maybe selling something, or maybe posting his YouTube channel or something, because they don't really allow that in that group. There's your question, Kim.
I can't see it. I don't have my glasses on.
Well, put your glasses on. It says, how can I get a male who's proven in the past to fertilize eggs? He does everything except fertilize the eggs.
Good luck.
That's what I was thinking, but I'm gonna let you answer that. Good luck. I haven't had that issue.
I have males that are the same way. They're proven with other females, but they're not with that female anymore, and now they're not doing nothing. So that one's really kind of a difficult one. You can, good luck trying to find blackworms. A lot of times blackworms will set them off. You could try a little bit chillier water. I'm not going to say cold, because you don't want your water cold. But try hitting them with that. Mainly normally when I have a problem, it's normally blackworms I go to. But like I said, good luck getting them right now. That's kind of a toss-up. Maybe are they compatible? Are they getting along in the tank, or are they fussing at each other?
I had a pair. As a matter of fact, it was my cobalt female. I put her we had her in with the F1s, and she paired up with one of the F1s. But when we moved her to a breeder tank, we put a different male in there, and he didn't fertilize the eggs. But she laid eggs probably 4 times, and we ended up just taking him out and putting her chosen male in, because he chose her too. So we just changed him out. But right. Yeah, that can be an incompatible pair, and that's what we
right. And that's the whole thing. People, not every discus is compatible for breeding. Some discus you can tell right away they're just not going to get along. They're, the male's beating up the female, or the female's beating up the male. Normally the male beating up the female, but some are just not compatible, like human beings, I guess. So maybe try a different male. He don't care for her. Maybe find another female for her or for him. Oh my Lord. Too many hims and hers today. That's what I would try doing.
Yeah, that would be a good one. And y'all, this live stream is the end of my discussion of discus politics, because I've made it very clear that I'm not here for bullshit. Okay.
You know what? It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a learning experience. That's what we're supposed to be here, is learn from each other. It shouldn't be all this politics. Oh, he said this, she said that. It shouldn't be all that. But unfortunately, that's what it's come down to. You got suppliers that aren't doing people right. You got companies that ain't doing people right. You got people trying to teach other people how to do medicines that don't have a clue. Maybe they've done discus for a year or two. Believe me, a year or two is never enough experience. Matter of fact, you can be in it for 40 years and still learn something new.
I learn something new all the time.
I do.
Matter of fact, I was looking back on my conversation with Tom, because I help a lot of people, honestly. And I could not remember having had a conversation with him about detritus and bloodworms. Okay. I was supposedly had told him that his fish had detritus and bloodworms in the poop. Okay. That's not what was said. And I couldn't remember it. So I actually went back and looked at our conversation, and I did find some other stuff. And I found one spot where he sent me a picture of a fish that had white on its fin at the base of the tail. And I'm sitting there looking at it, and I actually told him in the message, I have never seen that before. I said, I'm not real sure what it is. I said, you could try adding some salt and keeping the water changes up and see if it goes away. I'll be the first one to tell you if I don't know what something is, because I'm not going to recommend something that's going to hurt your fish or something that's unnecessary, because unnecessary treatments causes the superbugs. We don't want no superbugs because they're in a closed aquarium. The last thing we need is a superbug.
Well, you're the salt queen anyway, so. Give it
Y'all
salt.
think when I'm salting my food, I have to get the big thing out of the cabinet and open, the little cool thing and sprinkle that shit on.
Oh, that's funny. I'm sorry, I just had to throw that out there,
I know. Daniel, I've never heard of a fish that doesn't like bloodworms. You can be happy about that, because bloodworms don't have the nutritional value. So if they don't like them, that's okay. He said that the male is with the female that he is proven with. He's going to try live food and see if that helps. Discus don't care for bloodworms. They like live brine shrimp.
No, don't use bloodworms anyway. You want blackworms. But
Yeah.
like I said, blackworms right now is a big shortage. Actually, this is even better. There's a pair of fish in my fish room that somebody I know traded me because he literally, the female laid 46 clutches and the male never fertilized them. They were never fertile. And I haven't really done a whole lot with them right yet. Eventually I will. I mean, I still got to get Carrie's white butterflies in there to breed and stuff too. But, there's lots of things you can try. Try doing a cold water change when it's about to storm. That's another one that works. But, my fish are crazy. I got them on tap water right now. They don't like worms in general. Oh, please. I know better than that. I know better. But blackworms, discus will devour them quick. They may be a little resistant at first, but once they get a bite of them, it's over with.
We be facts, and they go crazy over that stuff. Oh my gosh!
Right? Mine too. Mine be like, well, you gave me blackworms last time. Now you're going to give me pellets. I don't want the pellets.
I'm gonna tell you, mine really love the tetracolor bits. I mean, I can throw them in, and they go just as crazy for that as they do for the tube effects.
Really?
Yep.
I actually got some discus chow from Alcibetta.
Right.
And mine love it. It's something on his site that they love it, literally love it. And he had just started getting it in. And I've been getting the freeze-dried blackworms because that's all I can get right now. But they literally love that stuff.
I need to look into it. I wonder if he can handle a bulk order, because I order in bulk.
I'm sure he probably could.
I may have to try that. I mean, you know how much I've got above on my shelf up here.
Every kind.
I went to order 8 of the 5.5 ounce primary flakes
Right.
a week and a half ago. And when it got here, I opened it up, and I kid you not, there were 16 boxes or 16 containers in there. And I'm looking at it like, how did I get 16? I only ordered 8. I went back, and somehow I had managed to put it in my cart twice. So I ordered 2 times.
So a couple more weeks. What's the
And
difference?
you can see when I was checking out how much I paid attention to how much it cost, because I don't like looking at the cost because that makes me sick. It's like I didn't even look. It was like $140 something. I didn't even look.
How old is that pair of fish, too?
Y'all talk back and forth for a second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get me some tea. My throat is getting dry.
Jacob, how old is that pair of fish? A lot of my older pairs, I'm just going to go there since I haven't seen how old the pair is. A lot of my older pairs that I have slowly slowed down. They used to lay back to back to back to back. And as they get older, I find that they don't lay back to back to back. I have a 3-year-old pair in there of blue diamonds that I'm lucky if they lay once a year now. And then a lot of times she'll lay and not fertilize them. He won't fertilize them. So as they get older, they are going to slow down. When they're younger, they do breed a lot more frequently. So that might be a problem too, that they're starting to get older and wanting to slow down.
I heard that all the way in the kitchen.
I'm pretty darn good at that, huh? I got a big mouth, right?
Oh, but now I had to go make me some tea. Yeah, Kim, you know, I was at the Chattanooga swap meet the other week. I'm making a video for that, y'all, by the way, just so y'all can see what I saw. There wasn't no discus there, though. I was up there, and somebody asked me how many tanks I had in my fish room. And I looked at them and I said, well, there's 15 in my little fish room. They're like, wow, that's a lot of tanks. And I thought, well, that's just my little fish room. I don't even know how many are in the big fish room.
Right.
I haven't even counted them for a while. I know that there's, right now, right this second, there's 250 gallons in a 125. And those are grow out tanks. And I do not know how many 55s we have. We have 920s. We have 4 29s. There's a 30 that we've got the Bashirs in.
No, boy.
I don't even know how many 55s are in there. And they were like, whoa, that's a lot of tanks when I was talking about this fish room. Because I have 4 behind me. I have 8 on that stand, and I've got 3 beside the bed. There's 15 in this room.
Right. So how many?
I have no idea. I don't know how many 55s I have.
I have 25 tanks in the discus room. And I know that, but that doesn't mean I only have 25 pairs, because a lot of those tanks are 55s and they're broken half. So you figure it out. I know how many tanks I got, how many pairs, actual pairs, not as many as I did since I had my electrical failure, but you know.
I can figure it out. I was supposed to have 30 55s in there. I was 9. Last time I counted, I was 9 short. So I have 21 55s in there.
You got a lot more than I do. But you're growing them out too, so.
I've got like 400 or 500 discus total. And I'm growing yours out and I'm growing Bob's out. So
I'm trying to read it, Jacob. They were forced paired earlier this year and have only been together for a few months. If they've only been together for a few months, you got to give them time. Patience is the hard part of discus breeding, but I would give them time. Give them time. Try the little techniques I told you, but mainly give them time.
we had a pair that gave us a small batch of babies and then went on hiatus for like a year and a few months.
Right.
And then they gave me batch after batch for a little while. So, I mean, they can go on hiatus. They can say, well, we don't want to do that again. And then they'll forget over time and then they'll do it again. It's like they have a memory.
Like
we're not doing that shit again. We're not having babies. We don't want kids. And then in about a year, they'll remember that, oh, we can have kids.
Like my fish that lay one batch of eggs, get them the wigglers. Now they're free swimmers on their back, lay another batch of eggs. Don't eat them, but get them the wigglers. They start free swimming, get on their backs with the other babies, and then lay a third batch.
I've got one doing that right now. Hi, Scuba. Scuba Steve just came in. We have a new pair. They're fairly young. They gave us about 10 babies on the second try, I think. And they were, they got attached, but right before they attached, they were still wigglers on the cone. She was laying eggs again. Okay, with the wigglers on the cone, she was laying eggs. Okay, so the next day they're free swimming, they're attached. There's like 10 of them, and they're busy fanning the eggs, right? So the eggs turn white because we done switched them over to tap. So the eggs turn white, and I kid you not, I think it was only 3 days later they ate them eggs and laid some more. And they kept doing that until I guess they got to a point and they started eating the babies, and we pulled 5. They were already on brine shrimp, so we pulled them and put them in a 20, and they're growing great. But now they're back in RO, so they can try again.
Mine had hundreds, though. Literally hundreds of babies in there.
I have to fight with my water. You don't. You just do RO and you're good to go. We have to tweak it or something. And even then, sometimes it's not perfect. So we end up with no babies. But they're in a 29. We switched some of them. We had the 55s divided, and we were just doing pairs on each side. We switched that out. We're doing, we got too many babies. We're doing 29s for the breeders now. We undivided the tanks so that we have tanks to put the babies in. But we have 3 couples sitting right now, and only 2 actually producing fry, and that's the red cover pair that's young and the other pair that I don't talk much about that are producing some gorgeous, gorgeous babies.
Well, I had an exciting week. I got to go see my babies that Carrie had.
Mm-hmm.
And got to bring
talk about that, Kim.
And he is huge. Literally huge at 7 months old. He's big, nice, round. And Carrie did an awesome job growing them out as usual, you know. The
Carrie's got that magic touch. He touches them and says grow, and they become monsters.
Monster fish. And then I got to bring home some of the snake skins that have just started pairing up. So I got 2 pairs of those this week. And I actually brought home 7 fish the other day. 7 more discus. And they're all big. Every last one of them are huge.
I'm going to bring you some of my huge babies.
Yeah, well, you got to show me my babies.
You know, I haven't had time to run out there. Y'all, I don't know. I know I've talked about this on here, and Kim knows, and because I talked to her earlier, too. I'm going to school right now. So the live streams are going to be probably not as it's probably going to be more often than it has been the past 2 months because I'm not tiptoeing anymore. So, I'm not being careful anymore. Let's put it that way. I'm not mentioning names, but I'm still not being careful with it.
Most people know who we were talking about.
Only those who know the person involved know who we were talking about.
Right. Well, most people do.
But I'll probably actually be doing more live streams. They'll probably be more structured now. But I'm looking forward to it, and I'm enjoying school so far, although I'm not in any fish classes. I'm in a business class right now. I'm taking 3 classes a semester. I had like 4 different homework assignments this week due tomorrow. And one of them still not. I had to delete the one I did earlier. I got to do a video presentation, and I did it earlier and then had to delete it because I couldn't be heard. Which is also a problem we had when we started doing the live stream. We were sitting trying to get my microphone to work, and we finally figured out how to do that. So we're back on that now. But wow, have we been already an hour? That's a long time.
Oh my!
Sorry, that was
Just yip yapping along. You know.
Sorry. Yeah, I forgot that I've got somebody coming to pick up that 125 that broke. Y'all, last Sunday was a freaking disaster. Oh my God.
I'm sorry, I gotta laugh because you have more problems with fish tanks than anybody I know.
No, look, okay, this tank has been set up. We've had it for probably 4 years, right? We had it in the little fish room before we moved out to the big fish room. We have had no issues from this tank whatsoever. And it's sitting out there in that big fish room, right? And we've got big fish in it. We've got some of our grow outs that are almost grown in it, right? Hundreds of dollars worth of discus. I go out there Sunday morning and I open the fish room door to turn the lights on. Because the light switch is actually in the outer room. We've got an outer room for like the water and stuff, and then we've got the fish room. Okay. So the light switch is in the outer room. I go and I flip the switch on, but I'm standing on the mat and the mat's wet. And I'm like, what the heck? It didn't rain. I'm like, even if it did rain, it wouldn't have rained in here. And I'm like, oh no. And I open the fish room door and there's probably about 6 inches of water in my 150. And I'm like, God damn. So we had just bought two 125s to put in for grow outs to replace the other 150 that it didn't have any braces left to speak of, and it finally separated. So we decided to get two 125s to replace that 150. Okay. So we brought one of them in and we threw it on the stand for the 150 where the other 150 was. And, filled it up, moved everything over, filters, everything over, moved fish over, got them out. No problem. And we're looking, and I'm like, well, the water is coming from right here, and I go up, and the glass is like this at the top. I mean, it literally is apart at the top, and it comes together down. And I look, and the brace at the top has got a seam in it, and the seam has come unglued, and the water has leaked out of the tank. Okay? Fish are safe. We go about looking at what we can do to fix it. Everything's hunky-dory. We come in the house, and we're doing our stuff, and we, went through the rest of the day. That happened in the morning. He comes in the house. He goes out to feed him about 7 o'clock at night. And he comes back in the house, and he says, you got to see this. And I go out there, and there's like 6 inches of water in the 125 we had just put in the fish room. And I'm sitting there like, what just happened here? We had resealed it even when we got it because it was an older tank. It looked like it needed resealing, so we resealed it. I kid you not, this tank had cracked on one side, come up and across the back of the tank. It was completely busted all the way across. And I'm just like, it can't get any worse. It can't get any worse. So we had another 125, and we put all the fish in the buckets. And we took that 125 out and put it back outside and brought the other 125 in. We had also sealed it, but when we got it in there, I walked around this tank like looking at everything. I looked at the seams, I looked at everything. This one had also had some resealing done on it. And it looked fine too, so we put the fish in it. But I go out and look, and it looks like this tank that I had just bought from somebody had been cracked in the back on one side, and it had been painted over. And they sold it to me as a fully functioning tank that would hold water and hold fish. And that put my fish at risk. I had all the discus. I had probably 20 discus in that tank, all big ones. And it could have very well been bad. And we barely got them out in time. I think there was maybe like 3 inches of water left when we got pulled the last discus out of that tank. It was terrible.
Only you. I'm knocking on wood really hardly. I don't want the problems. Do not want the problems.
Me neither. Okay, I got to respond to this right now real quick.
So does anybody else have any questions they want to throw up there for Tammy or me?
Just keep in mind, I am no longer doing discus politics, and I am not going to spare nobody's feelings. Okay, maybe I am, but
You'd spare my feelings. I know you would.
Yeah. I don't see any questions coming. I'm trying to look on the YouTube channel as well, but I'm on the wrong page on the YouTube channel. So let me go to the correct one and then hit the pause button.
See, I can't see nothing over there because I never got it loaded.
Susie. Susie, you got rid of your discus, didn't you? Surely you didn't. Was it you that got rid of them? I think it was. I never see Susie anymore.
Whirling disease.
We
Thought.
got nothing. Nothing. We don't even know what's causing it, Jacob. So there's not really going to be a treatment until we can find a cause. I don't know. Susie, you sold yours to Joe, didn't you? The ones that you had. I was trying to remember if that was you or not. Sorry. Yeah, that's what I thought. Joe got some really pretty fish from Susie. They were really gorgeous fish. And then he still loves his discus and everything, but he kind of is not trying to breed or anything anymore. He was going to build a fish room, but I think that fell through too. People come and go in the hobby, and that's just the way it is. Oh, I know he's definitely happy to have him. He decided not to do the whole thing, but he loves the fish. He's definitely happy to have him. He decided not to do the whole thing. You're fine about the lady. Definitely happy to have him. He decided not to do the whole thing. You're fine about the.
Well, that wasn't a good idea. I was trying to get it to go to YouTube so I could see, and I can't see.
Paused it. I went into it and paused it so I could see the chat faster because there's a delay from YouTube to StreamYard. Susie, send me some pictures of it. I would love to see the pictures. She's got a 600-gallon community tank. That sounds absolutely gorgeous.
Wow.
I would recommend aquarium salt.
I have a 125-gallon Dovi tank with babies. Thanks, Amy.
You're the one that took them. I would have just flushed them down a toilet. You put them in a tank.
But I think they're kind of cool, though. They don't like my grandkids. They chase them and hit the glass really hard at them, so we're good.
We've got the predator tanks, and I don't much care for the predator fish because you actually have to feed them, food. And they're mean, and they'll eat live fish. So I really don't care for keeping predator tanks. But we've got those Bashirs, and they are absolutely adorable. You'll hear me talk about a predator fish as adorable. Oh my God! But they are. They're cute.
Mine are cute.
I have seen your blue fish. Oh my God, they are freaking gorgeous. He got guppies. I forgot the name of them. He just showed them, I think, on Facebook. They're solid blue, but they're the lace. They're like bluegrass.
Bluegrass guppies.
Oh my God, that thing was gorgeous.
I want purple ones.
I went to that swap meet and I was going to come home. I had planned when I left the house that I was going to come home with the purple guppies.
I looked at Amy. I can actually see that, and she said, "Yes, it's my fault." Personal joke, I guess.
Oh my goodness.
That's funny. Oh my goodness, that's funny. No more tomorrow. No more tomorrow.
Oh goodness, no.
We
Oh,
have
politics, are you the one that brought those up there? Oh, you're the one that won the raffle for them.
right.
Oh, I know about that. I know about that.
Tomorrow is our fish club meeting, so no Novi tomorrow, Amy. I'm good. I got plenty of babies out there.
I'll bring you some of my marble gobies. They'll probably eat those Novi. They're only what, 8 inches or so?
Right now, they're only 6 inches, maybe.
No, my gobies.
Oh, they wouldn't eat those Novi.
You don't think so?
I guarantee you they would not eat those Novi. Those Novi would like to eat anybody that even goes near the tank, so I'm thinking no.
I'm still waiting for them to fight in that tank. We've got the duck-billed catfish in there with the marble gobies. When the snares get big enough, we're putting them in there. And then it'll probably be a war. I don't know. We'll see. John, I really do like those fish we showed that picture of. It's one of his breeding. I'm sure he's not selling that one. It was absolutely gorgeous fish. Holy crap. If y'all like guppies and y'all want to order some really, really pretty guppies, you need to go see Jay Oliver Guppies. I ordered from his band page.
Oh, okay.
And he has got gorgeous guppies. I don't know if he's got the purple ones or not. I planned on going to Chattanooga and come home with them purple guppies, but I didn't.
Amy,
instead,
right?
I come home with the gold lace instead.
Amy does guppies too. That's her big thing.
Okay.
Guppies.
And I came home with the gold lace and the ocellatus.
Axolatos.
Ocellatus. They're African cichlids.
Say turquoise.
Turquoise.
Say it right.
You said I've been saying it wrong. Now you told me to say it right. Oh, you're welcome, John. Absolutely welcome. Do you have any purple guppies? Because if you do, I'll go on the band page and start looking for them. I don't know if I'll get any though. I want them. I ain't got no place to put them. All my tanks are full. I know this. I had those Japanese blue. I had 3 females and a male. Or maybe it was 2 females and a male, the Japanese blue. And I got those from somebody in Tennessee that he got them and then didn't want them. I guess he didn't like the colors or strain or whatever. So I got those and I brought them home and they gave me a few babies and we separated them so that they could poop all the babies out and the females died. Don't know why. Just completely out of the blue, just they died. So we only have a few of those. We've been trying to repopulate them, but they're not even healthy. It's like there's something genetically wrong with these guppies, and they just up and die. Well, the ones I got from John, those the red dragon mosaic, man, those things are multiplying like crazy. I can't even kill them. I couldn't kill them if I tried.
I love purple Moscows too, Amy.
Yes, the purple Moscows is what I was going to be bringing back from Chattanooga that I didn't get.
You say you have them? I want some. I love purple Moscows. That was my favorite strain when I bred guppies. Ha! Look at there. Now you have to come here and get some Moscows, Tam.
Yep. I'll do it. I'll have to end up.
You have to chase Amy down to get purple Moscows.
What I really need to do is get these baby betas somewhere. I need to make jars or something to put them in. I don't know what to do with them. Maybe set up a bunch of 2.5 gallon tanks and separate them out. They're not fighting yet, but I'm sure they will at some point.
When they all start fighting, you better start buying a bunch of food grade cups now.
What I was thinking about doing is mason jars.
Yeah, but food grade plastic cups is better.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Or I could just use the 1,000,000 cups from the fish store that I've got in the closet over here.
Gotcha.
Now look, it says I've got that 125 that's broken up for sale on Facebook, right? So this guy says he wants it, and I was waiting to hear from somebody else. I told him let him know if they came or not, and it didn't come. So I messaged him and told him he made his plans to come. Just messaged me and asked me if he could get it in a van. I'm like, yes, you can get it in a van. And then he pulls up one of the pictures and sends it to me and says, "Is this a scratch?" And I said, "No, it's broken." It says that in the ad, will not hold water. It's broken. Okay? It's not going to fall apart. If you take a little bit of caulk or something and go over it, it's not going to have any sharp edges. It's not going to hurt any snake or reptile or whatever. So I'm selling it as a reptile tank. It says plainly in the ad, it does not hold water. And I've got a picture of the big crack going across the back of it in the ad. And he messaged me just now and says, "Oh, it doesn't hold water." No. That's why it's being sold as a reptile tank. Some people have this. It's okay though, because I've got like a million other people asking to buy my tank. Okay.
Well, I mean, 125 gallon for $100.
You're not going to find it.
Right.
Well, I mean, I paid $150 for it, and then you see what happened to it.
It went crash, boom, bye.
And I thought the guy that told me the other one for $200 was crazy.
Oh.
He had it listed for $600, but he had a 40 and some canisters and lights and all that with it. And I was like, I just want the tank. I don't want the stand. I don't want the lights. I don't want nothing. I just want the tank. And I said, well, you take $200 for it. He took it, but he can sell all that other stuff.
Right. Right.
So, I know, Susie. Nobody reads the stuff. I put in there, does not hold water. It's broken, And I had people the last time when I had the seal break and the glass actually separated from each other on the bottom. You cannot fix that. No matter how hard you try, unless you put a new brace on there and have all of the tools and everything, you've got to have to hold it in place in that brace while it dries. You are not going to fix that, okay? And they're like, "Oh, well, can I not just reseal it?" And I'm like, no.
Good luck.
I don't have the tools that it takes to do that. I know how to reseal a tank. We've done it multiple times.
Amy said, when I am ready, I send you some Moscows because I only have 5. So she's breeding them. She's a breeder. She's a guppy breeder.
Now, we're breeders, but we breed everything. You know how many plecos we have right now? You can take a guess, because I don't even know how many plecos we have right now.
I know how many I have.
Did I bring you some? I need to bring you some.
You brought me a whole bunch of them.
Oh, yeah. I need to bring Carrie some. I've only got a couple
need some more. I think
You
Carrie.
know what? I've been telling people I got like 400 or 500 fish. I don't have 400. I have over 1,000 fish if I count all the plecos. I got well over 1,000 fish.
I probably do too if I count all the babies.
I hadn't even thought about it. Well, yeah, I count the babies. But yeah, I've got in that tank alone probably 50 guppies. That tank up there's probably got a few more than that. I hadn't even thought about it. I've been telling people I got 400 or 500 fish. I got like probably 1,500 fish sitting here. Holy crap. I got to sell some fish. I got way too many fish.
You sound like Carrie now. I gotta sell fish. I gotta sell fish.
Well, we're forever saying that, but we don't actively actually try. That's like, that guy on that posted on that post, and we're not mentioning names, but he said that we were jealous of the supplier because we breed and sell fish. I don't even actively try to sell my fish.
He told me I was jealous of his fish. I don't know what it was. I'm trying to figure out what I was jealous of, since I probably have 4 times more than he does, if not more. And my fish are actually round. They're not footballs, and their eyes ain't this big.
You know, yeah, you know, it is what it is. I ain't even talking about it.
Wow, you're speechless now? You're speechless? Oh my.
No, I'm sitting there, I'm actually, honestly, sitting here looking at it. So,
So buttons?
there we go.
Any more questions?
Look, y'all, this is that fish. This is the fish that he said
Down!
that Kim is jealous of. Okay? I'm not showing his name. I'm being very careful not to reveal who it is. There is no way that anybody in their right mind, for one, look at that frayed tail. Anyways, this fish has a big eye. It's a football shape. That looks more like a football to me. There is no way anybody in their right mind is ever going to be jealous of this fish. Okay? Now, back to the screen, because I really don't want to make the boo-boo of showing somebody who said that and whose fish that is or anything else. Because I am being, you know, somewhat polite in not naming names. But
I'm jealous.
let me see if I have any fishes that I can show.
You should have pictures of some of my babies.
And honestly, I would not have said anything about the shape of his fish or the fact that it's stunted or anything like that had he not been trying to attack someone for making a review. Okay? And that's all he was trying to do, and was making a review of the fish that he bought from a supplier. And then he gets laid into by this other guy saying that he's selling false goods or whatever. You know, and I would have never said anything had it not been for that. Let me see if I know I've got something somewhere. I will show you that video. Oh my goodness, those babies are pretty. How come I post pictures of everybody else's fishes and not mine?
I don't know.
I have no idea. Okay, I got one.
I never post pictures of my fish. Very, very rarely.
Okay. This one is not even a perfect fish. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, it's not my most perfect fish, but it's a decent picture. But this looks nothing like that guy's fish. And it is a little bit odd shaped. I don't know why it's doing that, but it is a little bit rounder. He's not as flat as that from front to back. It's a little bit longer. But this is what I expect from a red cover. Not what he had, and this ended up not being a red cover, but you get kind of the idea. I want it to be round. I want it to have a nice, pretty red eye that's not big in proportion to the body and all of that stuff.
It's round.
It's round. It's not supposed to be shaped like a football. Not at all. I want to show y'all this video. I ain't showed this video. I put it on Facebook. I haven't shown it on here. But these babies, oh my God. Okay, share screen. These babies I got from Bob in Virginia, and holy crap. And this is a couple of weeks ago. These things are growing like freaking crazy.
Aw.
Look at those red eyeballs. Look at them.
Red-eyed, blue-eyed.
Red. Dark red.
Gotta
And
look.
these were gotten from, the parents of these came from Delight. And they were in the shipment from Winson in Malaysia. And their fish are absolutely stunning. Winson, YPID, KL Discus Farm, they all make absolutely gorgeous fish. And they're expensive. So, I mean, these guys are pretty. Let me show you the other. This video is not even as good as the other one. This was the second one. This is the first video. This one's clearer because of the way that the light hits the tank, causing reflections. And these guys are not scared at all. They come straight up to the tank, wanting food.
Right?
They are awesome.
But that's what babies are supposed to do. They're supposed to be.
That's what any discus should do. All of my discus, no matter what age they are, they're just like this. They come straight up to the tank wanting their food.
Right. They shouldn't be skittish.
Nope. People say their discus are skittish. I tell them to quit tiptoeing around them.
Right.
Go right up to them, walk fast in front of the tank, make fast movements, get them used to it.
Mine are so used to me. I could probably do flips in that room if I had room in there, and it wouldn't faze them. They're so used to me. I'm in, I'm out, I'm dropping submersible pumps in their tank. They don't even freak out about any of that. If anything, I'm trying to get them out the way to get the pump in there, or, only way they're going to freak out is if I got a net. They're like, oh, no net.
I can imagine that. All right, better late than never, right? And you missed the beginning of it. It was a big drama. I get so tired of the politics going on. I ain't doing it no more. I'm not even gonna worry about it anymore. I don't do politics. I just stay away from people. That's how I handle it. And that's what I'm gonna do.
Right.
Anywho, we're about to sign off because I have got some things I have got to get done. I've got to redo that presentation I did earlier because my sound wasn't working good enough, and I had somebody proof watch it, and they said they couldn't hear what I was saying. So now that I've got my sound fixed, I can actually do it, and I'm actually going to use StreamYard to do it. So. Hi, Richie.
Thank you, Amy.
Oh. Okay, so that was directed at you. I had no idea what you was talking about.
The breeder is pretty good.
Oh, okay. So.
Give me back my babies. She took the babies when I had the electrical outage, because if not, I'm not going to say where they were going to go, but that's where they were going to go. Yeah. So the babies that I still had left, she took. Then she said, well, I'll bring them back. I said, I don't want them back. They're yours.
No, she would do that to me too. Kim had her fish room completely lost power a few weeks ago, and instead of losing them, she sent some of them out to people to save them, and she ended up losing some of her adults, and that's a shame. She did have some help from the club, and some people come and help, but they weren't able to get the power back on fast enough. That's essentially what it led to, what had happened.
Right. What happened was my wiring burned up in my room. So watch your wiring, guys. Lucky it wasn't a fire. This ain't the first time neither. This is like my third time.
Yeah, I remember the second time.
Well, this time was the third time, and But this time it's been fixed correctly.
Well,
Let's not happen again. And oh God. Hopefully it does not happen again, and we're done with it. But you never know. So watch your stuff because it can happen, especially when you have a lot of heaters and pumps and all that stuff going.
Richie, I would have been more than happy to take them, but I don't think that was possible. It's a shame you didn't have somebody close to you that could have helped you out. Are you feeling better now? Recovering well? I hope so. It takes so long for the chat to catch up.
Right. Especially in here.
Yeah.
And I can't chat. It's driving me bonkers. Nothing to do here.
You can make fun of yourself.
I'm pretty good at that.
That's good to hear, Richie. And if you need any help with some things that you can do, or some ideas for how you can do stuff in your fish room while you're getting better, let me know. Yeah, Susie, that is hard. I felt so bad. I was on the phone with her at least 3 of the days when she wasn't busy.
It wasn't so bad, the babies. But when you're losing pairs, proven pairs, it hurts. It hurts really bad. And I did lose a couple pairs. So,
did you lose the pair that my babies are from? The albino and the
no, I still have them.
Okay.
Actually, they got babies again, even though they're in tap water.
Yeah, y'all got that Michigan water.
Amy keeps on saying that she's going to come and take my water, so.
I'm gonna run me a pipe from up there down here.
No, you can't have my water.
And I'll call you on the phone and say, "Hey, Kim, turn the water on."
Right. No, I'm not filling all your tanks. My water bill's enough.
Yeah, your water bill is way higher than mine, so.
Right.
But I do live in a part of a city that my water comes from a well, a city well, and it is a limestone well. So hard water is a thing that I have to deal with. And it is the only part of my city that has that. The rest of the city is running around 7 to 7.2 pH. And I'm sitting where, if you let the water sit for a minute, it turns like a rock. It's like crazy hard water.
Oh, no, I can't see it.
Chris, I have no idea why the Panteras are so expensive. Probably because it's a popular strain right now. Each strain goes through a time of popularity where they're in high demand.
Right.
The price goes up, and that changes over time.
And eventually they're right down with the rest of them, just like the white butterflies. At one time they were high. Now it's albino white butterflies or platinums and albino platinums. Eventually they all come down to the same point.
Yep. Which I thought, in my opinion, the blue diamond is still in demand. I had a call from a supplier. It's one of the well-known suppliers. They were wanting to buy that batch of blue diamonds.
I know which one it was because he called me too.
I told him to, but
I didn't have nothing.
That batch is completely not for sale. Half of them are going back to the breeder at some point. It's going to be hard for me to part with them because honestly, I just love their eyes. They're so red. Oh my God. And those red eyes on that blue, it's just outrageous. I mean, it just, wow. White tigers. What in the world are white tigers? Yeah.
I've seen some scorpion, white scorpions is what they were. They were kind of cool.
I haven't even seen those yet.
These are the blue scorpions that were white.
I haven't seen the green angels from Stenker yet either. But I heard that they look a lot like the dark angels, so what's the difference?
Right.
At least that's what somebody said, that they're similar to the dark angel. I haven't even seen a picture of them. I expect that they're green, but I haven't seen them, so I don't know.
Not my thing.
I have dark angels. They're different, but I mean, there's nothing real special on them.
Right. Wouldn't mind trying to breed them.
Well, I've got a dark angel that's paired up right now with a silver. That's an interesting pairing. We'll end up with a bunch of peppered silvers. I've got a silver female that I'm hoping is pairing up with the other silver male.
You gotta love those pigeon bloods.
They don't have no sense. They don't have no sense whatsoever. But yeah, I've got too many pigeons. Most of my stenkers are pigeons. I've only got the snake skins that are not from the stenkers. And I'm gonna put those snake skins, probably at least 2 of them with carries if there's any females.
I was gonna say you got carry snake skins. Mm-hmm. What's the difference in size between them?
Carry snake skins are still juvenile. They're probably about 6 inches.
Aren't they the same from the ones I just got?
It's only been, no, they're not that old.
Mine are huge.
I don't think it's from the same batch. I don't think these are 7 months old yet.
I don't know what these ones are. I know he's had them for a while.
Yeah. But their growth rate is good. So
I had to look to find out how old my baby's is and look back on the date that you guys came to visit. So, because Carrie couldn't remember, and I'm like, I don't know how long it's been just to figure out how old my baby's was. Because I was the day he took those babies right off the backs of the parents. And now they're 7 months old and probably 7 inches, that baby is.
Yeah, that one, I think the others are female, but that one might be pushing 7. He's pretty big. And I was thinking maybe 6.5. But yeah, I was kind of thinking on the red one. The red one may be a female. The best food that I have found for growing young is beef heart mix.
See, now, and I'm the opposite. I do use beef heart, but I like blackworms, but good luck. You can't find them right now.
Yeah.
Live blackworms is awesome.
But we also feed a variety of food. We don't just feed one food.
Right.
Because they need other nutrients that are not found in beef heart or in the blackworm. So we feed primary flakes. We feed tetracolor bit. We have fiber bites. We have bug bites. They won't eat them. The fiber or the bug bites my fish do not like. But they still will nibble here and there.
Right.
I don't even know. We got the cecum discus with the probiotics. For the probiotics, they don't want to eat it, but they eat it because that's all they have. Brine shrimp. Oh, I love brine shrimp. Tubifex, freeze-dried Tubifex. We got a lot of food. Kim's got a lot of food too.
Yeah.
And Kim's staple food is bloodworm or blackworms, and mine is beef heart and primary flakes. I think everybody agrees on the primary flakes, man. They love that stuff.
Flakes, I like Royal Menu. I like the Discus Chow from Aquatic Suppliers. God, I could go on and on with different stuff. Tuba Flex, freeze-dried bloodworms. Yeah, a little bit of everything. Beef heart's good, but can be pretty messy at times too.
I bet if you try the primary flakes for your dry foods, I bet they'll eat it, and they'll probably eat Tetracolor bits. Mine absolutely love Tetracolor bits. You know, sometimes they're picky about food. They can be picky.
Right.
Those are some that might have never turned them away. It's the primary flakes and the Tetracolor bits. Nobody's turned their nose up at those.
A lot of people say the Vibra bites, but mine won't touch them.
Mine won't really eat those either, or the bug bites, and I've tried both, and they're just like, huh, I ain't eating that. That's not for me. You know?
Right.
I've never, you know, everybody swears by the stuff, but mine won't even eat it.
Right. Prime reef is probably one of the best.
Yeah. And the thing is, it doesn't matter where my fish come from. If I throw some of that food into the beef heart, the Tetracolor bits and the primary flakes, everybody across the board, no matter where I got the fish from, they all go for it real good.
That's because it kind of smells.
It smells like what it's supposed to smell like. It smells like fish. It's dried fish.
Right? Oh, goodness. Mm.
Smell your prime. It smells worse.
Smell what?
Prime.
Oh, that don't bother me. I use it.
It smells like sulfur.
Right.
I don't think I've got anything else that stinks. Just the primary flakes and the prime. And yeah, no. Oh. Anywho, I think I'm gonna get off here, Kim, and let people go about their day.
Right?
And
Me and Amy's got to get ready for in the morning. We got to go catch fish for the club.
yeah, I've got to go do that presentation for school. I got to get that done. I haven't actually deleted the other one. It's set on private right now, so nobody can see it. But I sent it to somebody to listen to it, and they said they couldn't hear me talking, so I'm gonna redo it.
Well, you sound better now. Just don't put that headset on.
Yeah, I know, and I tried both the wireless headset and the gaming headset, and neither one of them worked. Neither one of them.
Right. And it sounds muffled when you can hear it barely, and it sounds muffled. This way you sound fine.
Right. And see, with the gaming headset, I had to have the thing on, and then I couldn't hear you. Because
Nobody wants to hear me anyway.
for some reason, my monitor speakers won't go any louder. I think I'm hearing it from the computer itself, and it's so low.
Right.
But that's because of where the computer's at. Whew.
All right.
Well, everybody, I think we're going to sign off for the night. And Susie, you are correct. Cascadia Products has a really good line of Discus foods. You guys check her out. And we will see y'all next time, y'all. Bye, y'all.
See ya.